when you do that, when you lay down your life for someone, I learned what that means, so it taught me. When you lay down your life for someone, I used to think it meant dying for someone like Jesus did, but it doesn't. It's laying down what's comfortable, laying down what's convenient, laying down maybe what you want to do, and just doing what needs to be done for someone else, being a blessing for someone else, loving someone else past what you may feel or what you may think, just loving.
That if God can reach her, and God can pull me out of the pits of hell, in an environment that I didn't even know was pits of hell, it was just life. If God can reach us, then it is our duty to reach others.
And welcome to more Winning Conversations. Dan,
hello.
Nice to see you.
I know.
We have a winning conversation today.
We do, absolutely.
With Jennifer and Justin Tolley, which have been here for a long time.
A long time.
But their first time on the pod.
I know. This is fun.
So welcome.
Because you guys have been like, I'm sorry to dive into this a little bit, but like this church October is 25 years.
Yes.
That's wild.
And they've been here since 2009, 2010.
Right.
Yes.
So you've been here. You guys are seasoned, savvy veterans. We'll
Seasoned.
Savvy veterans. Someone say seasoned. I'll go savvy veterans, you know? You guys are in for a minute. That's amazing. Well, it's awesome to have you guys
Through
here.
many seasons of the church, y'all have seen
A lot of change.
a lot of change, a lot of different
A lot of growth.
people. Yeah.
Seen a lot of change.
When did they start seeing you the first time? How old were you?
2009, I was a freshman in high school. So
That's great. You guys look a lot different.
here
now.
we are.
I hear we look the same. I don't know where
I
you're
look the same.
I do.
Tiny.
She does. I've changed.
What's that? The gray guy who has an image that never ages.
Who?
Gray, whatever. Never mind. Sorry.
That is me?
The person who has like a painting that ages, but that person never ages.
Dorian Gray.
Wait, there you go. Like I'm not.
The book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys are
yes.
both
Never aging.
Yes. Okay. That was a
I
reference.
like that.
Yeah. But y'all actually do look the same that y'all always have.
twice the size I was when I
no,
got
you
here.
look the same though, because I have photos from way back in the day, and your faces always pop up because that's how
Oh,
long
wow.
y'all have been here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So what brought y'all to Heritage? I don't know your story. I don't know at all. I don't.
She brought
That's
me.
why you're here.
I brought him,
okay.
but, well, God brought me back.
Okay.
I was around when JSMI was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then even after that in 2004, I came back. I was here for a little
How
bit.
did you
and I
hear
left.
about JSMI at all?
Well, I had gotten saved in 1999.
Yeah.
And then I had heard Dr. Savelle. I actually went to Eagle Mountain and then met some people who
Okay.
went to JSMI.
Yeah.
And then started coming with a friend. And then the church opened right around that time. And I left, came back, left.
And brought him.
Yes.
But you guys came before you were married.
No,
Right?
No.
we were married.
Okay,
We went to the Believers Convention before we were married.
Oh.
Yes.
We started the Believers Convention in 2007.
Whoa. Talk about OGs. Okay.
I was just saying. It's
No, 2008, maybe 2000.
It was
no?
2008.
2008. 2008. We
It
were at the
doesn't
Believers
seem like
Convention.
that long ago, though.
It doesn't.
I'm just always amazed by how many people in this church have been in this church for so long.
Yeah.
Like it is uniquely. We've seen other churches that like there's just the dedication.
People cycle through or,
Yeah.
you know.
But it's always amazing that you guys have the people stay as long as they do and they continue to be hungry and on fire. It's like such a fun thing to see.
When she took us to the Believers Convention in 2008, she told me I needed to hear Dr. Savelle. I was going to like him. And that started the journey to hear
Likable guy.
a likable guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he spoke,
Some
it
fans.
was
Yeah.
more like, I believe him. You know.
Yes. Yeah. I like that whenever, I like that he gets on your level and makes it relatable.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And still, guys got
I don't feel like I'm being preached at. You know, does that make sense?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
right.
Yes.
And he still had that guys.
yeah.
The motorcycles and the classic cars and the
cool guy.
the love for speed. He's
Cool guy.
he was
Cool guy Savelle. Yeah.
Joe Cool Savelle, but he had a profound message. And I was unreachable. Back then I was just unreachable. So it was going to take somebody like him to crack my shell, to try to give an opportunity to let the Lord work in me.
Well, why don't you tell us about that?
I survived my childhood is the best way to say it. I survived it. Don't want to get into a whole lot of detail, but all the different abuses people have experienced over life, I experienced most of them, all of them. And just never really understood what love was, never was in a loving environment, loving relationship. My parents, their idea of love was not godly by any means. We were raised against the church. It was a place where you get shook down for the money, and we didn't have any to shake down, so we didn't go. There was a lot of really dark times in my childhood. I was, in a sense, the scapegoat for everything that bad that happened. So, and started off with being deceived from birth, not knowing who my biological father was, being lied to for a number of years. I mean, I just went through a series of things that just didn't make any sense.
And things that can shape you and your growth.
Most definitely. Talk about growth. Interesting thing, my who turned out to be my stepdad. He passed away when I was about 22 years old. When I was 22 years old, I was 5'10" and about 145 pounds. Within a year and a half, I was 6'1" and 200 pounds. That just kind of tells you the psychological
that it takes
mess that it had on me. Yeah. So I was able to grow beyond him. But you know, he was a very dark side of my life. I was never accepted. He had 2 younger brothers. He loved them. When they got disciplined, they went through the apologies. This is what we're doing. When I got disciplined, it was kind of the Cinderella story.
You were like the outcast.
I was. Yeah. And it was nothing I could do about it. No right, no wrong. It didn't matter what it was. Nothing I could do about it. There was just so much going on. My mom and him split when I was in high school, and they got back together. But he had cleaned up his act. He had gotten saved. Whatever I understood, but he got saved through AA and NA.
Okay.
So he got saved through those routes, which is its own little network of things. And before he died, I realized just this morning when Jennifer and I were talking before coming here, that my first real time of forgiveness was forgiving him.
Just hard.
Yeah. So I was able to forgive him because he was able to change.
Yeah.
And when he changed, he only lived for a couple of years after he changed, but he became a different man. And
like you could actually see it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, now there was obviously the inner me, the hurt child in me.
Yeah.
And when I got to this phase of my life, he was never going to hurt me again, and he knew that. And if he tried it, bad things were going to happen. One of the last things I told him in an altercation was, you need to call 911 because you're going to need all the help you're going to get. Because when I start, I'm not stopping. So, you know, those are all in the past, which made relationships very difficult for me. Not knowing how to be in a relationship, being present, having friends, that was easy.
Yeah.
But if you got beneath the surface, to me, it kind of unaware, it freaked me out.
Well, it's trust.
Didn't know how to get close to anybody.
Yeah.
Trust was damaged. Trust was broken. Not knowing how to have healthy thoughts and healthy relationships. And then realizing as I got older that my mom was just as much responsible for my childhood as he was.
Yeah.
Because she kept me there.
Yep.
And so we grew past all that. When it got to where her and I met, we met in a Christian school. I was just trying to continue to boost my career. Landed in the school. It kind of worked with my schedule, honestly. And they had Bible classes. And I was like, what is this Bible thing? So I started doing these classes in the Bible and started feeling changes in me.
Yeah.
And when I would talk to my social environment, my personal environment, then it was even rejected at that point. I didn't realize how much God had been rejected in my life. So as I went through,
like you were subconsciously rejecting him.
Oh, if I opened up and tried to have a conversation about what I learned in the Bible with my personal space back then, it was cast down. It was rejected. It was
Gotcha.
It was like I couldn't even learn God right.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't even know who he was right. It was the way I saw it and the way it spoke to me was not right. It was just judgment, harsh judgment. No, that's not how you're supposed to think. That's not what you're supposed to say. That's not. So I was able to work my way out of that environment and continue the school for a while. Her and I started dating. She brought me to the Believers Convention. And that's where my exposure to Word of Faith happened. And when she brought me here, my prayer was, let the man behind the pulpit be the same man that I meet in the streets.
Yeah.
And that was vital to me.
Yeah.
My whole entire existence was going to hinge on the man behind the pulpit has to be real. Because God, you know, if he's not real, I've been along the ones that weren't real.
Right.
And this one, he had to be real. Mm-hmm. And thank God this place has real pastors and real leadership. And my first visit here, Dr. Savelle gave away a motorcycle. My second visit here, months later, Dr. Savelle gave away another motorcycle. I'm like, wait a minute.
Like, I would, if you,
I like this place.
And if you think about it, when I started this conversation, I was taught the church don't give.
Yeah.
It's hate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'm watching this man give this could be $15,000, $20,000 motorcycle away, and I'm sitting there praying with all my might. That's got to be mine. That's got to be mine. Obviously, it was predetermined who it was going to.
Yeah.
But as times progressed and fast forward since then, I've been blessed with 2 motorcycles myself.
I was gonna say, I was like, I feel like
we had a season in the Chariots for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we had a season in the Chariots for about 10 years, and I mean, just being here and being surrounded by all the people that this church stands behind what they believe in. They're a community-minded church.
It's real.
It's real, and when you come from the dark alleys in life that I've came from. Real matters.
Yeah.
And, you know, and this church didn't give up on me. When I got here, like Daniel and I, we've hugged many a times since you've been here.
Yeah.
When I came to these doors, you couldn't hug me. You couldn't hardly touch me because male contact with me wasn't. But male contact to me was never a positive thing. It means if you're touching me, we're about to fight. If you got more than a handshake out of me, I'm checking my pockets kind of thing. You know, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And we had a member that used to be here that was bigger than me. Alan Martin. Do you remember him? He was bigger than me. And that man would walk up behind me.
He's a hugger.
And he would bear
he's
hug
a hugger. Yes.
And Andy, the first probably 20 times he hugged me, I would tremble.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, literally, I would tremble because I didn't know how to receive that. Like, I didn't know. And that man told me, I don't care. I'm going to love you until you receive it. I'm going to do it.
Me and CJ were literally just talking about this yesterday, about how father love and just being like a father figure or something, like a dad, being around, present and loving on you. It does so much to your psyche. It's so vital to your growth. And when you don't have that, everything feels off. Like the role of a father in your life, whether that's a dad or like a stepdad, is so crucial to everything. The way you behave, your emotions, your physical, like everything, it really does shape your whole life.
Right.
Especially from childhood. Like we were literally just talking about that yesterday.
So one of the ways that I would explain it is all the things that I went through, I built a combination to protect my heart.
Yeah.
And I'm only one through the combination. And I learned through coming here that God knew the combination because he was there when I said it. And he put particular people in my life to slowly unlock that lock to my heart and reach in there and show me a love that I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Love is the combination.
Yeah.
Right.
See over here, just dropping bombs.
Come on.
Now you see watch. Upgrade right here.
Yeah, for
my
real.
My life is so upgraded because she's in it. I mean, if I miss the words, she throws it in there.
Right?
If I miss the directions, she'll reread them to me. It's all good.
But it's hard to love when you've been so like attacked like that. It's hard to love people and love yourself and find a partner and find, all of those things.
You find yourself doing like acts of service for approval, and you think approval is love and approval is deception.
It's not,
It's not love. It's a deceit of the mind. So that works. So my early years, my relationship with the Lord, it's like I knew who he was. He was the boss. So I just know what the boss says. I didn't look for the feelings. I didn't look for the emotions. I just did what the boss says. But when this came up and I started looking back, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't ask for those emotions, but the Lord found a way to get them in me anyways.
Yeah.
He found a way to help straighten out the course of my life and
break through the tough.
Yeah. And the testimony, for years I used to ask God, why did I go through that?
Yeah.
And I realized in the Old Testament, people went through a lot of things and it wasn't God doing it. It was people doing people things, and people hurt people.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't do anything about being hurt. but you can do something about it when you get to a position where you let God in. God can take those hurts and turn them for good.
And the forgiveness part is big too, though.
I still struggle with some forgiveness.
It's hard.
And it's still hard not to go back to the natural way that I was brought up and the natural way of thinking, executing certain demands, executing, the construction business is what we're in, and there's execution of things. And then I find myself trying to get my kids to perform in the same way that, and it's like, she has to remind me, she brings me back. She goes, you're being too hard, you're being too critical.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I got to figure out how to bring it back.
Bring it back to love.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she is amazing where I lack at love. She is exuberant at love with our kids specifically. And so I think that's how we make a great team. But yeah.
Well, how did you get to that spot to be good at that, to deal with that journey for you? When you, like, I know I talk about that because my wife and I have had similar experience where I was a little more rough around the edges and she was way more full of grace and love and compassion. I'm like, what was that like on your end to kind of walk through this?
Well, I think it all started in 1999. So you're not going to believe this, but I was on drugs and I had an addiction that I couldn't break. Yeah, I didn't want to.
Yeah.
At the time, I just didn't want to. But then there came a night in 1999. Actually, it was August 5th, 1999. And I was alone at home. My parents were gone. And I was on meth, so I had a bunch of it in front of me. So I just decided I was going to do everything.
All of it.
All of it. All at once. And I thought, I didn't think much of it, just thought it's there. So I did all of it. When I had done all of it, I had this feeling almost like I was going to leave my body. It was just really, I didn't know how to react to that. So
she was on the clips of the final overdose.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at the time, but my reaction was, I need more. So I called.
Right.
I called the person who was going to bring it to me, and I said, hey, can you bring me more? And he said, okay, he's going to bring me more. And then I just felt like I was, like I had to go to sleep. I just had to go to sleep. But I just had this feeling that if I did, I wasn't going to wake up.
Yep.
So I just prayed. And I didn't normally do that. But I just said to the Lord, if you just let me wake up, help me, then I'll serve you. I meant it, but at the same time, I didn't want to die.
Yeah. Yes.
But the thing is, I woke up the next day. And when I did, I woke up different. I woke up with this feeling like there was more. Mm-hmm. There was more, and I wanted more. So I spent that whole day not on any drugs, which was a thing.
Yeah.
And I just kind of was just talking to God, like, what do I do? I want more, but I don't know what to do. And then I just had this feeling like I needed to turn on the TV. And so I just turned on the TV, and there was Believers Convention starting the next day. And it was just there, and it was Kenneth Copeland. There was nobody that could get my attention like Kenneth Copeland.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Copeland reminded me of my dad. My dad used to watch Kenneth Copeland. So that
And they kind of resembled a little bit.
They
Really?
do. They do. So that got me. That was the only thing that could have gotten my attention.
That was
at
the
time.
hook.
It was.
The cold blue eyes.
It was. So I knew. I just had this feeling I had to be there. I had to be there the next day. So then I thought, okay, well, God, if you want me to be there the next day, you're going to have to help me first go to sleep because I didn't sleep much.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to help me wake up. And I'm not even going to set an alarm because I want to know this is you.
Yeah.
So I went to sleep. I slept the whole night. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I woke up. I woke up just in time to get ready and to go. So I went to the convention.
God was like, you're going to that.
So I didn't even know I was being led at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was like. So I went to the convention. And I remember Jesse was speaking, and he gave an altar call, and I had that tug, like I needed to go out there.
You got to do it.
But I didn't. I was afraid because everybody's going to look at me. They're going to see me.
They're going to know.
They're going to know. Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't want anyone to know. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do anything. And then it was like the afternoon break, and I just went to the Lord, and I just said, I missed it. I need a do-over. Will you give me a do-over? And then later that night, he had, Kenneth Copeland was about to give the altar call, but then he stopped and he said, he called Jesse to come up there and said, I just feel like you need to do this. And I thought, that's my do-over.
That's your call, yeah, that's it.
Wow. So I met a lady who was beside me, and she went up there with me. Mm. So I went up there, and I said the prayer. I don't even really know what happened. I know that God delivered me. Mm-hmm. God saved me. He delivered me instantly from that addiction. Instantly. It was gone. I didn't realize it until the next day, but He saved me. He delivered me. He rescued me.
Yeah.
You? He did. He pursued me.
Yeah.
He pursued me. And he didn't let me go. He didn't give up on me. He didn't look at me like I wasn't good enough or I was too far gone. He pursued me. And he loved me. It was his love that rescued me. It was his love that delivered me. And he is a powerful God.
Yeah.
He is a good, good God. And when I realized that, I knew his power. I knew that it was his love, because only the love of God could deliver me, could rescue me, could transform my life. It was his love. So I became so just enthralled in his love. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to be in his presence, because there's nothing like the presence of God.
Yeah.
So then he just began to show me his love more and more. And I went to the Lord and I just thought, everybody seems to have their thing in ministry. So I said, I want to have a ministry of love one day. I didn't think much past that, but I said that to the Lord. And he began to show me, he actually told me that we were created by love, for love, to love, and be loved.
Yeah.
And he showed me that when we just love people, when we'll just love, it always makes a difference. It always changes things. Even if it doesn't look like it, it always does.
Yeah.
Always. So then later, I just kind of went about my life, and I made mistakes, and I messed up, and I had gone away from the Lord, and I had come back. Now, I don't know why I ever went away, because there's nothing better than being with the Lord. But whenever even years later, I had gone through some times, like especially in 1999, I didn't lose them. My mom passed away suddenly, which was
2019. You said
2019. Yes, 2019. Thank you.
99 was a big year. You're right. I was vital what was going on during that time. I was like,
2019.
Yes.
Yeah. So she had passed away suddenly, and I was. My dad had dementia at that time, and then my mom passed away. So I was very angry.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even say how angry I was. I was so angry with God. I was like shaking my fist at God.
But even then, love showed up for us that day. This church showed up for us that day.
We have an amazing church. We have amazing pastors. We have just the people that
Your
God
mom
has
showed
put
up at the
in our
emergency
lives.
room that morning.
Nice.
While they were trying to revive her mom.
Beautiful.
She did. Yeah. So I went through that time of just being so angry with my mom because she left me.
But those are natural feelings that you are going to have.
Yes.
But you don't stay there because
Yes.
God
wouldn't
will,
let me
he's
stay
not
there.
going to, he's not going to leave you in that place of anger or sadness or depression or whatever it may be. Like, you don't stay there.
He wouldn't let me stay there. He is love, and his love wouldn't allow me to stay in that place. So I went through 6 months after that. I had 6 months with my dad, and I was
who had dementia.
Yes, he had dementia, so I spent every day trying to be with him, taking care of him, and all I could think of, I wanted him to know he was loved every day. My goal was love him, love him, love him.
It's your assignment.
That was my assignment.
Your ministry.
Yes, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Every day, I just focus on loving him, and when you do that, when you lay down your life for someone, I learned what that means. The Lord taught me. When you lay down your life for someone, I used to think it meant dying for someone like Jesus did, but it doesn't. It's laying down what's comfortable, laying down what's convenient, laying down maybe what you want to do, and just doing what needs to be done for someone else, being a blessing for someone else, loving someone else past what you may feel or what you may think, but just loving them.
Prioritizing love first.
Yeah, being intentional.
Yes, that's what I did. That was my heart. So I just loved my dad. I wanted to honor my dad. I taught my kids. Every day I would tell my kids, this is what love does. This is what love does. This is how we love. Every day I would show them honor and love.
And they got to experience, he had dementia. So we'd walk into the room and he wouldn't know who we were.
Yeah.
But they still got to learn how to love the man who was, not the man who was in the moment. They got to learn that level of love. And
they learned love.
Not to interject too much, but what she did for her father in the course of that 6 months changed the facilities that he was in around him. The people were paying attention.
Yeah.
It wasn't I didn't realize that's what was happening at the time, because all I was thinking about was loving my dad.
Yeah.
Just loving him. And at the time I was finishing my bachelor's degree. I was actually in my senior year trying to finish that up. We had our 4 kids. They were all doing something. It was
busy season.
All over the place.
There was no room for this.
Yeah.
But God
But the
made room.
grace of God, God made it work. There was no other way that I had time to do everything I was doing and be there for my dad every day. But God made a way. He did that. So then after that 6 months, my dad passed away. And even then, there was healing in that. There was healing. When my dad passed away, I was able to forgive my mom actually that day. The Lord told me the day he was going to pass away. He even told me around the time. So I was able to forgive my mom because I had to tell my dad. And my dad was asleep, but I had to just tell him, this is how I have talked about my mom. This is how I've thought. I've been angry. And I just said, you know what? I choose to forgive my mom.
Yeah.
But I did that because all I could think about was loving my dad. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't want me to be angry with her. Mm-hmm. He'd be mad at me, forever dishonoring her, forever disrespecting her. So I sat there and I chose to forgive her. And I was doing it for him because I loved him. I love my mom too. But I just forgave and I let go. Mm-hmm. And then whenever my dad went to heaven, just felt there's peace in that.
Yeah.
It was very different from my mom, but there was such peace in that. It was kind of beautiful, just what God did in that. And then after all that, there were people he was in a few different facilities. So there were people from that would call me, or they would see me and they would tell me how I made a difference in them, in their lives, because they saw me just love my dad every day. And they said they don't see
just
that.
doing what you do.
Yes.
And it was noticed.
That. I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it to be
watching.
noticed.
Yeah.
People are always
There's
watching.
always a witness.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize they were watching, but they were, and it made a difference. And it was amazing to see how when it's just love. It's the power of love. When you just love people, it makes a difference in me and in us, but in everybody else around you.
Yeah.
And love really does change things.
Yeah.
It does. Love changes everything.
And so from that moment, after we went through the thing with her parents in 2019, we knew that we needed to love people. That's what we knew. We knew we needed to love people. Mm-hmm. That if God can reach her, and God can pull me out of the pits of hell,
yeah,
in an environment that I didn't even know was the pits of hell, it was just life.
Yeah.
If God can reach us, then it is our duty to reach others.
Yeah.
For Him.
That's all I wanted to do.
It's not even like your duty; it's your opportunity. You know what I mean? Like,
but for like me personally, it's an assignment. It's more than an opportunity.
Yeah,
it's an assignment. You know, just an offhand example. I was at a gas station and I had my cherry like magnets on my truck. Wasn't even thinking about it. A guy hops out of a box truck and says, "Hey, your sign says Christian bikers. You're a Christian." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Would you pray for me?" I mean, right here, right now in South Lake. And I'm like, "Sure." And when those moments come up, it's like, I don't know what to pray. And I'm like, and my first thought in my mind is, Lord, this is your opportunity to move in this man's life. And I just said this prayer that just like Pastor Justin does in church, it just flowed straight through me. Mm-hmm. And he walked away and it's like, thanks. And I was like, do you mind me asking you what I was praying about? Because now I'm curious. You approached me. You know what he was asking me to pray for? Whether he should marry his girlfriend.
Oh.
Talking about reaching out to God, talking about being ready in a moment. And I'm thinking, oh Lord, I just helped this. No, and then I catch myself. I was like, no, wait a minute. I didn't help this man. I made myself available for God to work through me to give this guy.
On the street, I don't know what to do about it.
Because I mean,
you know, when some song radio is like, oh, golly, all right, hold on.
I need some prayer for real.
Pray.
Yeah. That's just hilarious.
I mean, you know, he obviously loved her enough to pray over it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You know, and I got back in the truck with my guys.
And
like,
today.
I'm telling you.
I'm
hopefully married.
I'm believing they're married.
You need to go to Circle South like a couple more times.
I know.
And see
But it was also so cool to see that. Because it's like, you know, that was a love thing. Mm-hmm. You know, and I still didn't quite understand that loving relationship between me and God. Mm-hmm. But he was able to still use me because I submitted myself as his vessel to let the love flow through me. You know, and I got back in the truck with my guys and like, what was that about? And I said, I just pray for that guy if he's going to get married or not. They're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, not at all.
We're rooting for it.
But you know, our heart in ministry is to love without abandon. Just love. Mm-hmm. You know, be real. You know, real is important.
Real is so important.
And, you know, it's hard not to get frustrated with people that throw up the Christianese.
Yes.
And then you see them and you're like, wait a minute, that's not who you were yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, we're all guilty of doing that at times.
Yeah, but they need love the most.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the life that they're living is so brutal.
Well, and then you get close to people and you realize, you know, the struggles that they're going through, and we're not supposed to judge those struggles. We've had our own fair share of struggles.
Yeah.
You gotta submit yourself to the Lord and let Him work through you. That's what our calling is.
Yep.
Yeah. That Holy Spirit is there for a reason. It's not just there for us.
Of course.
I love hearing like stories like this where, you wouldn't think, like just looking at people, you wouldn't think that they've been through things that similar to like what you've been through. And you know what I mean? It makes the church feel like real. It makes like we are real people who have gone through real things, who need real love, who need real community. Like it's church isn't always filled with like these perfect people who, I've always been in church and I've had no struggle and like I've always just believed God and everything's worked out for me. I love that for you. That is not been my journey at all. Like,
awesome. I was like, are you serious?
Like, amazing. That is great.
Really?
But that ain't me. I cannot relate. You know what I mean?
Her salvation story is not like my salvation story. My salvation story was almost on the back end of a threat. It was kind of funny. In 1999, around the same time, it's just interesting how God intertwines lives.
Yeah.
So around the exact same time in 1999, I was doing apartment maintenance, and one of the long-term residents needed a ride to work. Her car broke down. That's against policy. You don't give residents rides.
Yeah.
My manager's like, Justin, she's good. She's lived here forever. So she gets in my little Ford Ranger, and she's like, do you know Jesus? And I'm like, oh, no, Jesus. What kind of question is that, lady? Lady, I'm just trying to take you to work.
It's a weirdo.
She's like, no, we're not going anywhere until you know Jesus. And I'm thinking, what? Oh, my God, did a serial killer get in my car? What is this? What is this Jesus
You're going to know Jesus today.
And she literally would not let me leave that parking lot until she led me in the salvation prayer. And I was kicking up flack. I was like,
well, that's a way to do it.
But I was like, Jesus, who? I can't see him. I can't touch him.
You get in here.
But she was a praying woman.
Yeah.
And she was not going to go anywhere with someone who didn't know Jesus.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, we're only going a mile down the road. What's Jesus going to do to me between here and there? I better know Jesus. But, in that moment, I received salvation. And then I look back to that moment and I see all the God dots and the God opportunities that kind of started changing and transforming and molding my life into who I am today.
Yeah.
But my salvation prayer wasn't life or death like that in the same sense.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know what would happen. I told this lady no.
No.
I mean, I think I got the Bart Simpson,
Jesus. Throat punch of some sort. She sounds like
bold.
Yeah.
That's a bold woman right there.
Yeah. Those are we call them all you want, but like those are like those secret saints that like so many of us have them.
Yeah.
Like the people that had the biggest impact that you probably don't even really know their name necessarily,
right.
but like, man, that left a mark on me forever.
Right.
And those are the people that you're like, I like your stories are amazing, but like there's these people that God placed in your life at certain times to just move you.
Yeah.
Right.
And those things.
Now he's telling this story on a podcast 25 years later.
She's in heaven just throwing her crown right now going, got him.
Got him.
I told you that jewel was mine.
That one crown, that's his right here. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things that I love when you see these stories. Because again, we serve such a big God.
Yeah.
Right.
And such a restorative God. He wants you the way he designed you.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants that garden you, and so it's like, what he does in your life and like the fact that he'll let you go through the things.
Right.
Because that he loves you that much to let you fail in front of him,
Right.
So you know that you need him, that it's not you. It's just so much that he lets us do. You're like, my gosh.
It's all out of love.
Yeah.
It's all out of love.
And he never
baffling.
stops pursuing you. He never gives up on you. And that's love. That's what love does.
Yeah.
So wild that he does that. But then like, I like the fact that you got here though. Like that, I kind of want to like you get here, this church family, the love of this church. When we moved here, that's what we said it so many times. Like this church is uniquely different in terms of how people act. There's so many stories in this church. You know what I mean? There's so many amazing people in this church. There's so many titans of faith.
Check out season 1 and 2 on the podcast.
For sure. Right?
Sorry.
It's so true though. It is. It's like that's why I love this show. But it's amazing what he does in this house, right? And the fact that he can take you guys and like through all the things and still just land on love.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. It's such a crazy thing.
Because it seems so simple. Like we know God loves us, right? Like we know that. But then when you're in these moments where you don't feel love or you forget or you have like these moments of
operating.
I feel unworthy or I can't do this or I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Then you need to lean on that love of God and remind yourself it's more than just, okay, I know God loves me. It's like, no, he meets me. He restores me. He does, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It's not a knowing, it's a believing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like it's like I know the words.
Yeah.
Do I believe it?
Yeah.
You know, I can read it all day long, but do I believe it? Like when rubber meets the road and I can't feel it. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's why I love Dr. Savelle, like his tenets of like the joy and then having all to do stand.
Yeah.
Like don't give up.
Yeah.
Like don't give up.
But we need people too to be the vessels of that love, which is why
That's good.
this church is good. Like this is why the people
The
church is good, but because we need people to be vessels of God's love. That's why the community is what it is. And that's why people stay for since 2010. You know what I mean?
Well, sure.
And sometimes it's not easy to be that vessel.
Because people are people,
yourself.
and you're going to be offended. You're going to be hurt.
Yes.
People are going
By
to make
people
mistakes.
in church are going to hurt you.
Yes, absolutely. Like, and that's why, it's hard to.
Yeah, we went through something several years ago where we became very, very hurt by people that we were close to, and we didn't know how to handle that at first because I was thinking we're all in church, we're all the body of Christ. Why can't we just love each other and we all just get along? I didn't understand.
Kumbaya.
Yes,
They didn't want to kumbaya.
We all love each other.
No, it happens.
I love people, so why can't they love me? But
Yeah.
anyway, we went through just a time to just being really, really hurt and having to walk through that. And I didn't know how to walk through that at first. I didn't know what to do.
It's a different kind
angry.
of hurt, though.
Let's betrayal.
It is a different kind of hurt.
Yeah, it's a different when it's church hurt.
Exactly.
It hits different.
Because it's in your
very
inner trusted circle.
different.
Yes.
Those people aren't supposed to hurt you.
Yes. Yeah.
That is exactly what I struggled with so much because it was in the church and in the body of Christ. That's what I did.
You don't expect that to happen.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. And I couldn't process. I didn't understand. And I went through a time where I was just angry, and then I would just keep going back to the Lord. I know I'm supposed to forgive. So, okay, I forgive. And I really wanted to, but then...
Yeah.
And let me just say, forgiving has always been easy for me. I could just forgive so easy, and it was fine. It was easy, but because I just love so easily.
Oh, what a blessing that is.
What a blessing.
How nice.
She can help you with that, Andy. It's okay.
Right?
Please.
There you are. That's lovely.
She can teach classes.
No, but then.
It's called Restore.
Right?
Oh.
Can we make that little plug in there?
Right.
It's called Restore. Meet every Friday.
Yes. So then going through this, all of a sudden it's like I felt like I couldn't forgive.
Yeah.
And I know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's absolutely true.
Right.
But it was like there was something more that was blocking me, and I felt like I couldn't. Every time I tried, it's like it came back worse and worse, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and started affecting every area of my life. It affected my body, my health, everything.
It will.
Yeah.
It does. So I finally, one day in worship, we were actually visiting another church, but
Yeah, because we tried to leave.
we did try to leave the church because we wanted to go. We wanted to run. We wanted to leave.
And everywhere we went, the message was go home.
Yes.
I know,
That's
right?
not a joke.
Look at God.
That's not a joke. We knew we were
Yeah.
planted here, but that was the message, and it was
Isn't
just
that
it was
wild?
just a,
Yeah.
and it was just a season of trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, do we really belong here? Is our season up? Because at the
Well,
same
we knew.
we
Yeah.
did, but at the same time, this church also births ministers that do go out,
It's
and,
true.
and there is branches
Yes.
to this church. So we didn't know if we were supposed to be a branch or supposed to be the root.
Yeah.
We discovered through the Lord we're still the root.
Yeah.
He wouldn't send you out and hurt.
No,
You know what I mean?
of course not.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The Lord wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's not how he sends people
we didn't.
out.
But there was a lesson
We
in
were
that.
just trying
Yes.
to. We were trying to run at the time, but we were at another church, and we were just. It was a time of worship, and during this time, I just went to the Lord. And I just quietly said, I was crying out for my heart. I said, I can't do this. I can't carry this. I literally can't. And I just cried out, take it from me. Take it from me. I can't take it from me. And then it was just a few minutes later, I was just sitting there quiet in worship, and I had this vision. I saw one person in particular that I was especially angry with in front of me. And I saw myself, and I had this big, giant rusted nail in my hand, and I was running toward this person, going for the heart.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good thing she
I
got
was doing
forgiveness,
that.
right?
Yeah.
These visions are vivid. Be careful now.
I'm just being real.
Yeah, that's scary.
So I was doing that, and then before I got to this person, the Lord Himself stepped in. I mean, He just stepped in front of this person, and He said, "No, I already took that." He's so love, but He was so serious in that He was protecting the person He loved.
Yeah.
He let me know how much He loved that person. And even if that person was guilty, even if it didn't matter, He already took that. He was already crucified for all of that. Everything that person or any of us had ever done, He took the punishment. So He was showing me, who am I to want to do anything, to want to crucify this person, to want to do anything when He already did it. He already took it. So then I was just taken back, and I just sat down on my seat, and I was just like, wow, what do I say to that?
Yeah, I am so sorry.
My bad.
Then there was more.
So you're saying I should forget.
Okay,
Circle back.
there's that lesson of forgiveness right there.
So
Oh
then
my
the
goodness.
Lord, He turned it.
Yeah.
And He showed me, and He showed me my own heart. He showed me all the things that I had said, the words in my mouth, the attitude of my heart. I mean, everything. It was bad. It was really bad. I may have had a smile on my face, but inside it was not good. So He showed me all of that.
We were trying to right wrongs and pursue justice.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
justice
that's what I
wasn't
was
for ours
doing.
to pursue.
No.
That's
a flesh feeling.
That's the lesson we had to learn, because there were some wrongs.
Yes.
And we were pursuing justice, and we were trying to vindicate ourselves because, I mean, we've been here a long time. You see things that go on, and all of a sudden there's this stigma that will follow somebody around. So we were, in a sense, trying to protect ourselves from that, because we weren't really accountable for the things that was going on against us. We were literally under attack, and we just didn't exactly know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Yes, but when the Lord intervened in that way, and especially when He showed me my own self, I began to and He showed me that even for what I had done, I may not have done the same thing that this other person had done, or any other people, we may not have done the same thing, but sin is sin. We're all guilty. I was just as guilty. And just as much as He loved that person, He loved me in the same way. He loved all of us in the same way. So then I was just, it changed me.
It shifts your perspective.
Changed me completely. So then, I was in tears for a while after that, because I was so moved by the power of God, by His love. He loved me so much to intervene in that, to help me. He saved me again. He rescued me and delivered me again.
And the correction on the ultimate love level.
Yeah.
Yes, He did. So then, sometime after that, I had an opportunity to see the person that was in my vision. There was no anger. There was nothing. There was love.
Yeah.
Love.
Look at
nothing
that. Would you look at that?
love.
Would you look at that?
It was beautiful.
So that kind of leads us into, I would say, what the big heart of this podcast is all about.
Yeah.
Was the fact that we've been saying it from the beginning. If you've been listening to this podcast for seasons 1 and 2, you know that this house has a motto. We make winners in life. But this season specifically, we want to get that dialed in, and that's why I really love what you just talked about, because we want to talk about what makes a winner in life daily. Like, to you guys, like, what makes a winner in life daily? What does that mean to you guys specifically?
Well, I think there could be a lot of different answers.
Yeah.
And
there are. And if you'd like to hear more,
season 1 and 2.
Oh, we are promoting.
Yeah, we're on it.
What we're doing, but you guys better start subscribing, liking, sharing.
That's because it's so good. It's worth being promoted.
Yeah.
yes,
So every answer.
We were sorry, we brought it out of you.
every answer is very unique, and they're all so good.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They still would always come back to love.
Yeah.
Jesus tells us, He gives us a command to love one another. It is not a suggestion. It is a command. And it's for a reason, because He knows that if we will just surrender to Him every day and just choose to walk in love every day, then we can't help but to win in life. But not just us win, but to help others to win too.
Yeah, that's
just
good.
love.
Yeah.
The church is all about making winners in life.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's to understand who God is, obviously, love, right? And you often see people, this is my answer to the daily question, we can evaluate somebody by their characteristics. We can evaluate somebody by their smells. We can evaluate somebody by something we know about their past.
I'm sorry.
But the reality of it is we're supposed to love through that. How do you reach somebody if you don't love first? You know, I've often told people I've got a PhD in walking through the face of adversity. I have been in some adverse situations, but you know, knowing what I've been through, why can't I just love somebody?
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, if I know people don't like me, it doesn't mean I'm not going to walk up, shake your hand, and greet you. You don't have to like me, but I'm still going to love you. You know, you know, it's just one of these situations where, you know, that's what breaks people's walls down.
Yeah.
You know, especially the ones that you know that are mad at you, and you just like, hey, how's it going? They're like, why is he talking to me?
Yeah. He shouldn't be acting like this. Yeah.
You know,
doesn't he know?
Doesn't he know?
I'm sure he knows what I've said about him. So what, bro? Love you.
Yeah.
Give him Jesus.
You know, it's one thing to love somebody that you already love. But when you love somebody who hurts you, that's a whole other thing. That's growing in the love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just giving back. You know, God gave me everything. God gave me more than I ever even can possibly know to ask for. And how can I not share that? I mean, you sometimes look back, and for years I used the past as a badge of honor to promote myself into my present. But it's God's love that got me through it all. It's God breaking down those walls, God breaking down those adversities, God breaking down the abuse, breaking down all of that. And then he says, you know, how can I not be reminded of what he's done for me, what he's done for her, which is why we love to do the outreaches that we get an opportunity to do at the church. We want to go into the community and let the community know that this church loves them. And it's not just this church, it's God in this church that loves them.
Yes.
You know, we're one of my favorite things people ask me about our church is, what kind of church is it? And I say, it's a multicultural church, because we're not a singular culture. We have all walks of life and from all parts of the country and all parts of the world. And they all came together for one mission, right?
Yeah.
To love the community and love each other and learn what God can do in their lives. So it's our designation to do what we can in others.
That's awesome.
That's good.
See,
they're all different.
This is why we have people on. You know, this is why the show
This is
why they should.
This is why it's not just you and I talking, yapping every Friday.
My Lanta, that would be a disaster.
My Lanta.
Wow, the Full House reference.
Yes.
Excuse me, it's a good reference. I'm going to keep using it. No, you guys, thank you so much. Jennifer, Justin, you guys are such a blessing to have you here. We love what you guys do in the church. Again, you guys have been here for a long time, and it's just such a fun thing to do life alongside people that just want to go up to them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say thank you so much for being here. This is so fun.
Thank you for having us.
Amy, thank you. Oh my gosh. You don't smell bad, in case people are watching the video.
I know.
You don't smell bad.
Stop.
No. Thank you all for listening. If you're watching, thank you so much for watching on YouTube, on the shorts, the Instagram, all the things we are.
The Instagram,
the YouTube, what's the interwebs?
The web.
In the cloud somewhere, I think. Thank you all again. We hope you guys have had a great time. We enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe, as we've said multiple times this episode. And then we will catch you next Friday for another winning conversation.